So
what is title and escrow? That is, let's get into that.
The big question.
Yeah.
So what's really funny is that, you say, oh, I'm an escrow officer. People ask, what do you do for a living? I'm an escrow officer. Oh, what are rates today? That's not what I do. But you know what I mean? It's, so, but neutral third parties. So we're the ones that we hold all the funds. We make sure that the buyer gets clear title. We just make sure that, the funds don't get released until, the buyer can get clear title. And we are just, like the middle guy. We make sure that all of the realtors, the lenders, all the funds, seller, buyers, we make sure that everything comes together how it's supposed to come together to close the transaction.
And for clarification, how it comes together is the written instructions that are provided to you guys. I think sometimes people think that you guys can work autonomously, and it's not. It's based on all the verbiage that all those parties have presented to you guys. It's your job to file through and make sure it's done according to that.
Right. Correct. Yep. To make sure that, everybody's protected, that we followed all of the written instructions, and that we record the correct documents, and, just ensure that everybody has, clear title to the property and all the funds get sent to the proper place, pay all the invoices, all the bills, make sure that the lenders get all the documentation that they need. Just kind of like we make sure that everybody involved in the transaction, everything gets taken care of.
Yeah.
Yep.
In some states, title and escrow are separate. Differentiate the two, just for the people who aren't aware.
So title insurance provides you, title insurance basically insures title to your home. So when you buy a home, you want to make sure that the person that you're buying it from was the legal owner on the property, and that if they had any loans or liens against the property, you want to make sure that all those are paid off and cleared before you come into title. So the title report also gives you information on the property that you're buying. So any easements of record, homeowners association, CC&Rs if you're going to do future development or improve your home, it has everything that's disclosed what you can and can't do with the property. So we give you all of that information up front, and then when we close, that insurance policy protects you for as long as you own your home as an owner. That if there is some lien that was missed or something that was missed that could hinder clear title to you, that's what your insurance steps in and takes care of. If there's something that we missed, you make sure that it doesn't hinder, your ownership of the home. Right. Yeah.
So when I'm explaining the title insurance or the preliminary title report to the clients when we're writing offers, they often ask, like, what is that for? And what I tell them is very not word for word, because you're clearly the expert, but I'll explain it similar to that. And then I'll say, I'll give you an example. So like, if a contractor replaces the roof on the house before the people put their house on the market, and they don't pay the bill, and then they put the house on the market and it sells and it closes and they never paid their bill, the contractor is going to file a lien on that house because it's the only way for him to collect the money. Title insurance will protect you because they will pay for that lien or make sure that gets taken care of and that you don't have to take care of it.
And go after that previous seller.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. One way or the other.
Yes.
That's accurate, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
And that's probably the easiest way to explain it. There's obviously a lot of other circumstances in which title insurance is important. But that's kind of how I explain it. I just want to make sure that I'm on the same page. So.
Good job. It's a good analogy.
Yeah. Well, because if I'm not right, I've been fluffing people for 7.5 years now. So yes. Yes, Vanessa, yes.
Yes.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
Yeah.
And then escrow on the other side of title does everything else.
So the title side, we issue title insurance. So it's just kind of, like a homeowner's insurance policy, protects you, contents, fire, damage, whatever. So title insurance, again, just protects that you have clear title to your home. And then lender's title insurance just protects the lender that, that they're in the lien position, that when they close, that, if they non-payment, then that's their recourse, is that, okay, the first lender in line to foreclose on the home.
So explain that a little bit, Dan, on why there's a lender's title policy. Just elaborate a little bit.
To make sure us as the lender, so if you take a look at it as people standing in line, that we are the first person in that line. No matter who is behind us is irrelevant, that we can actually have the right to foreclose on that property should that individual default on that loan.
Because liens are paid in accordance of when they were filed, correct?
That is correct.
With the exception of
taxes.
property taxes.
Yeah, taxes win. They
Uncle
take
Sam
all.
always gets there.
For sure.
Yeah.
And so it's just really important that they provide us clear title so we know that we're that first person in, so we can default, or if they default on it, we have the ability to foreclose, and somebody else can't take the funds or foreclose on that house before we can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. And
Very
so
good. Very good explanation.
Well, yeah.
22 years.
20
Standing alone, right?
Hope I bring something to the table.
Yeah.